How you doing, folks? So today we are making kombucha. You will be seeing this on your supermarket shelves practically everywhere. It's basically a naturally carbonated fermented tea. You can add any flavor you want to this. It's an amazing, simple little process. Don't get bogged down by the science. This is great also because it's going to help in your trip towards a healthy gut. Here we go. Okay, folks, so for your kombucha, you need a few very simple things. But the first one you need, first and foremost, is this, and this is called a Scoby. You can see this kind of gelatinous, kind of leathery thing. Scoby basically is an acronym, stands for Symbiotic Culture of Bacteria and Yeast. Almost forgot it myself there. Basically what this has been made from kombucha tea and been fed with sugar. And that's what it is. And that's going to help our kombucha tea ferment. And in this as well is a little bit of kombucha tea as well, and that's going to help us start off the fermentation process. Don't get bogged down with the science of this. It's really simple. You can buy these online. They'll come backpacked, delivered to your door. Give it a go. Okay, then what we need is some tea, literally some black tea. This is Lion's tea bags. I've got 4 in here, and what I've done in here is I've made this obviously with boiling water, and then I've got 750 mils of cold water. Now, the reason why I did this, I just want to speed it up, the process. You can make it just with 1 liter if you like, and then allow it to cool down, but I just want things to move along a lot quicker than that. So for every 1 liter of kombucha that you're making, I go 4 tea bags and 100 grams of sugar. And it's as simple as that. So 4 tea bags to 1 liter of kombucha. So I've got my tea bags in here. I'm just going to strain out the tea bags themselves straight into this like that. And also all of these containers, the sieve, the cups and the spoons, I've sterilized them all just in boiling hot water basically. And make sure your hands are really clean. If your hands are not clean or any of your containers not clean, then the Scoby will pick up on that bad bacteria, and then you're not going to have a good batch at all basically. So just make sure everything is absolutely clean and sterilized, and you will be fine. So I'm just going to squeeze that out, leave that aside. So there we are. I have 1 liter of tea here, just tea. I'm going to add 100 grams of sugar, and then I've got this spoon, the baby spoon that I've sterilized already. Just going to give it a quick little mix around like that. And then the last thing is our Scoby. So we're just going to get it all in here. I'm going to pour in the kombucha that's in this bag first, and then let you have a better look at what the Scoby looks like. So in with the kombucha. Get all that in there. And then I can touch this with my hands now because my hands have been cleaned thoroughly. I'm just going to show you. That's what it looks like. Not the most attractive thing in the world, I admit, but it's going to do a serious job for us. So I'm just going to put that in on the top like this. Just going to give it a little press down. It's probably going to sit around the top anyhow, but that's going to feed off the sugar in there, and that's going to help this whole process move along quite quickly. And that little bit of kombucha tea is also going to help it move along quite quickly. And that's it basically. That's it. And all we're going to do now is I'm going to put a tea cloth. You can use a tea cloth. You can use the coffee paper strainers. You can use a napkin. I'm going to put an elastic band over this like that. And what that's going to do is just going to keep any critters or fruit flies or anything like that, because they would love a bit of this. And also it's going to let the air in. Now the air is very important for this because it's going to pull in all those good bacteria from the air, and it's going to help it grow and ferment, and that's exactly what we want. All I'm going to do with this then, I'm going to put it in a dark place at room temperature. I'm going to leave it there for 6 days. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to take it, swivel it around, have a look, have a little mix. I'm just going to put it into a dark place and leave it for 6 days. So in 6 days time, let's see what we have. My kombucha has been fermenting for a little over 6 days now. I'm just going to have a little look. As you can see the Scoby there right at the top. So I've washed my hands nice and clean. That's really important. And I have a nice clean sterilized jar. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to take the Scoby out. Okay. Now this will have gotten bigger. Okay. So there we are. So it's got sizably bigger. And we're just going to put that in here. And then we're going to put about a cup of the starter tea. That's really important for when you want to make kombucha again, that you have a cup or two of starter tea in your Scoby. I'm going to keep that in this, and this is going to be your little Scoby hotel. So every time you make a batch, you're going to get a bigger and bigger Scoby. So just make sure it's nice and covered. I'm just going to put a little drop more in there. So about that much. Okay. So that's ready to go for my next batch. Okay. I'll leave that aside. So when I want to start again, that'll be there. Now, I'm just going to give this a little stir around. You can smell it's a little bit vinegary. And also when you stir, you're just stirring up that yeast. And you can see the bubbles rising to the top, so you know it's ready, okay? Okay, so that's that. So next, I have some fruit. So raspberries, mango, a little bit of melon in there. Basically, I seen what I had in the freezer. I'm going to use that. So I'm just going to blend that first. So that's blended up now. And I let that fruit, when it came out of the freezer, drop to, bring up to room temperature. That's just going to help ferment a little bit better. So next we have our container. Now you can use glass bottles. The problem is with glass bottles, if after 3 or 4 days you forget to burp them, that is, let the air out of them to let them breathe a bit, the glass can explode. It has happened to people I know, friends of mine. So I'm going to use this. Now it's not going to give me as good as carbonation as a glass bottle would, but it'll give me a sufficient amount, and it's safer as well. So this is a Systema. It's a New Zealand product, really good because you can open the top like that and burp it if you want to, and then close it to keep it airtight. So just going to get our fruit in here. I'm just going to put enough to cover a little bit at the bottom basically. And that's pretty much all you need. Then I'm going to get the kombucha in there. Just get it all in. That you're going to see little bits of Scoby in there as well, and that's absolutely fine because we are going to drain it if needed at the end. So just going to get the top on like that, fasten it up, make sure it's airtight. It is, and then we're going to leave that out for 3 days. That can sit out for 3 days, and then you can put it in the fridge. So the second ferment is finished, and as you can see up the top, if I give this a little shake, you can see all the bubbles forming there. That's carbonation, so it's really come to life. So I'm just going to twist this top here and let you have a look at this. So as you can see from the glass, you can see all those bubbles sticking to the side of the glass. So that's all your carbonation, your natural carbonation there. Now, if I left that for a few days longer, that would be absolutely ready to explode, especially if it was in a glass bottle. But already, it's still an absolutely beautiful drink, full of probiotics and an excellent addition to a balanced diet.